It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Welcome back to Moto Photo Adventures. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different on this bright, sunshiny day. Taking the Triumph Bonneville, also known as the Walrus, Captain Wally. Just Wally the captain, or sometimes just in general the bike. Now the question is, in South Carolina, we are what's called a constitutional carry. So in the comments below, let me know what state you live in and if you do carry protection on a motorcycle. Now, with a belt in jeans, such as this, you could carry it on the outside. Or you could carry it in the waistband, but I find that quite uncomfortable. So you put it in your tank bag, but that's not helpful. You can't get that in a hurry. You'd end up using your tank bag like a purse and just smack them over the head. Of course, you could put it in your pannier, but also not very accessible. In a hurry, anyhow. You just break it out when you get to your campsite or to your hotel. But do you carry on trips? So what I got to thinking was, appendix is uncomfortable, outside is a little conspicuous, in a tank bag isn't helpful, and in a pannier you can't even get to it unless you're camping. So, I found a fella named Tim Banks here in Charleston. Old School Leatherworks with an X. And he listened to an idea I had and has made it come into reality. So we are going to take a trip over to Old School Leatherworks and see what Mr. Tim Banks has created for me to solve a problem that may or may not exist for a bunch of us. So, stick with me at Moto Photo Adventures while we wait for all these kids to get off the bus and head over to Old School Leatherworks for an episode a little off the trail. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks. Another consideration is sometimes I don't ride the Triumph. Sometimes I ride an off-road bike. An ADV, I had a Norden and a V-Strom, and now I have a TW200, and we go off-road, which means I'm not wearing jeans and a belt. I'm wearing off-road ADV gear with something that doesn't allow for a waistband kind of carry, inside or outside, to tell you the truth. In your state, do you have rules and regulations that prohibit you from carrying a personal protection device? Well, in South Carolina, Mr. Governor McMaster, on my birthday in 2024, signed into law the constitutional carry, which basically means I can carry when I want and where I want, as long as a private citizen or a government building does not want me to carry on their property. Which I guess is kind of common sense. But since we don't have to have a license or a concealed carry permit anymore in South Carolina, you can just strap one on and head out. Now I do have a permit for South Carolina, and I also have one for Utah, which gets me what's called reciprocity. Which means as I travel across the country, I can go into any state I want to, except for maybe California and New York, because they're a little, they don't like us carrying people. And I can go anywhere I want with these permits, because even if the state does not have the constitutional carry law, as long as you have a permit, and you have the right permit to get what's called reciprocity, then you can carry anywhere that it is legal to carry a firearm. So, when you're traveling, and you want to keep it near you, on you, around you, and within hand's reach. You don't want it in the tank bag. You don't want it in the saddlebag. And if it's uncomfortable in your waistband, you don't want it there either. So, I've come up with a solution that Mr. Tim Banks of Old School Leatherworks is going to help me out with to see if this prototype for an idea to be able to carry on a motorcycle, or to carry in your vehicle, or to carry when you're on a hike, and there might be lions and tigers and bears on that it could handle all of the situations And, well, I'll save this next part as a little surprise bonus. So stick with me as we head out to Mr. Tim Banks' Old School Leatherworks to see what he has created for me.
I used to.
Oh, okay. I've always wanted an adventure bike. Good to meet you too, man.
All right.
I've always wanted an adventure bike, but I'm so short.
Oh, right.
It's bad enough I got a 250 KTM in there. But
Tim,
Jason, good to meet you.
finally in person. After,
Yes, sir.
After what? February, March, April? 3.5 months.
Yes, sir.
I contacted you at the very beginning with a little bit of an individual type problem that I think you have the solution for.
That's right.
Can you describe, before we get into my issue, what it is that you do and what you provide to people?
So my name is Tim again, owner of Old School Leatherworks, and I have been doing custom leather work for about 14, 15 years now.
Cool.
Self-taught 100%.
Nice.
And I've had a shop for a number of years, moved out of the shop and into the house, and funneled the entire business down to gun holsters only.
Nice.
So that is what I'm doing now.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're doing this on YouTube, so let me get a couple of things out of the way. We're not going to use any loaded weapons. We are using them only for fitment purposes. I didn't even bring mine today, so we're going to use yours to fit me with it. But the solution or the problem that I had, that you said that you could fix the problem and come up with an individual solution, I presented you with an idea to make it so that a motorcyclist could comfortably carry. Now, the idea was a shoulder holster with a twist. You want to explain what the twist was?
Yes, the twist was going to be having the holster on one side, but also be able to take it and bring it to the other side for when he's not riding.
There you go.
Yes,
Because I'm a right-hand dominant normally, so that if I was going in a normal atmosphere, a normal day-to-day kind of carry, in a shoulder holster is generally you're wearing something over the top, so it's more of a fall, winter, spring kind of deal rather than a hot summer.
Correct.
But I'm dominant hand right. But what do you do dominant hand right when you're riding a motorcycle?
You're holding on to the throttle.
The throttle. and when is it that you would have to pull that thing to protect yourself, whether it's in the woods with an animal or in the city with a different kind of animal? You want to be able to get out of there and pull.
Correct.
Right? So throttle hand, left hand, so you have to learn how to shoot with your left hand. So I wanted something that I could be able to take the holster and move it to the other side. And then at the last minute, what did I ask for? To just throw another twist into it.
Yeah, and then he decided he wanted to throw in a cell phone carrier. Not a big deal, though.
Yep.
Not a big deal whatsoever. Got some quick measurements from him. Didn't even need his phone, and I made it happen.
There you go. So now what we've got is I don't have to keep my cell phone in my back pocket where you can lose it, or deep inside of a bag where you can't find it. It's still right there. So you come up to a street light, or you come up to a shady spot where you take a drink of water or something. Your phone's right here, so you don't have to lose it or have to dig through your bags. Same way with the weapon. In an ADV scenario, you're wearing pants that don't have a belt. So now you're limited on what you can carry and where you can carry it, and it just gets uncomfortable, and the appendix doesn't work. And I used to wear a thigh bag. But again, that's still down here, and you might as well have a purse and hit them with that because you can't grab it. So we were about to find out if the idea for a swappable shoulder holster is the way to go.
So for the last 4 years, I've actually been number one in the world, competing against 164 people yearly in May. Then I've also competed here in the East Coast and the nation and taken first place. Got all the documents to show for it. So a lot of my customers know about that.
Is there a sort of like a Leatherworks Forged in Fire show that we could get you on?
I wish there was. I really wish there was. But leather work is such a dying trade that a lot of organizations really aren't they're not taking the time or investing as much as they do, like on the Forge and Fire and whatnot.
Sure.
Now, it would be really neat if Discovery Channel did pick up something like that.
What's the most unusual leather piece that you've ever done that doesn't necessarily include a holster?
Most unusual?
Yeah.
I would say Mr. Doctor over there.
Oh, let's take a walk.
Yes.
So you did the face and the hat and the everything, eh?
Yeah, so for the doctor here, the plague doctor, I actually started this 3 days before COVID was announced worldwide.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
What are the
odds of that?
You're a prophet too?
Yeah, what are the odds of that, huh?
Huh. That's hilarious. See, this is art.
Yeah, and another piece is hanging on the wall here. The dragons and the eagle.
Were these for yourself as an idea, or were they commissioned?
For self, in hopes that one day I'll have a cabin to hang that eagle up in.
Ah.
Yes, yeah. Now, the dragons were inspired by one of my apprentices, Chris Snook. He's a absolutely amazing leather worker now. Big shout out to Chris Snook. We like to test each other and push each other. Yes. So.
That's awesome.
Alrighty. Now, I think this time I'm going to go ahead and add this to the my shoulder holster files. So I always have it. So, sweatband piece, body.
Got it.
All right, let's grab ourselves a big chunk of leather. And again, we're going to be using bull hide. This started out as about a 10-foot piece.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll bring that over to the work table and trace our pattern onto it. Okay. I like to use a red pen. I see it better when I'm cutting, where the black seems to tend to blend in with the chrome scissors.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I'll end up losing that line.
Tiny little tricks of the trade, man.
Yep. Took a lot of years to learn all this. Then come over here and try and use as little material as possible so we're not wasting. This is also a much, much heavier duty piece of leather and a good, thick, solid piece, and you're welcome to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dragon in front of you is a really, really thick piece of leather. But with this leather, you got to have yourself a good set of scissors to cut through and know how to sharpen them.
And some decent grip strength.
Oh, absolutely. I got a strong right hand. So now we're going to go ahead and start on the process of stitching. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to share this with you. Is I hand stitch everything. Nice. I hand stitch everything. Sewing machines stress me out. They really, really do. They stress me out. I've heard. I won't use them. Now I do own sewing machines, and I do use them on some things. When it comes to this here, I just have been doing it for so many years. I don't know. I do it the hard way, but I have more control. I also have a different style of holster building and stitching that most don't do, and if I were to do it the way everybody else does, I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
cool.
All right, so we're going to start over here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and match up the lines and the holes to the main body here. That way I know where I can punch my next hole so that when I start stitching, everything lines up perfect. So stick some double-sided tape on the back of that so it doesn't move around on me. Okay. And then I'm just going to transfer where I'm going to punch my holes next by just making a little mark inside of every single one. And if anybody knows of a better way of doing this, please let me know. So what I'm doing now is called beveling, and I'm making a nice round edge on the leather so you don't have that sharp, hard point edge rubbing against your body. Not to mention it just gives it that really nice looking, attractive feel and look when it's a complete product. So. So just a nice little rounded off edge on there.
Nice.
Yes. Postal services, my friend. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start hand dyeing now. And I'm going to be using a Cordovan brown. Depending on how far I go with this, it can actually look black in some lightings. But when the light hits it, it gives it a nice little brown look. A lot of people start their dyeing process a little bit different. I always start with my edges and get it done with. Then I like to work on the backside. Let's do something fun and add a message in there for my friend Jason. And we just wrote safe travels as he is riding around on that motorcycle all the time. A message nobody will see, but Jason always knows it's there.
Nice.
Leather dye is all dried, but to the touch, there's a lot of residue left on it. So I just buff it out real quick to a nice shine. All right. Touch up this little spot. All right, so I got a couple different logos. I have the, I like to personally use the original, which is this right here, the state of South Carolina.
Nice.
And then I got the fun Jack Daniels style one.
Awesome.
So I'll let you pick.
One of each.
Got it, we'll do one on each side. Sounds simple to me.
Because it's a reversible. You got to have one on each side.
Facts. All righty. We're going to put about 20,000 pounds of pressure on this thing.
Oh.
And let it sit there for a minute.
Ka-chow. Nice.
And then we'll come to this side and do the other one. Same process. Put a metal plate on top of it so it distributes the weight evenly.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Gotcha.
And those will just lock into the leather itself. Just like when you're painting anything metal or plastic, you kind of got to sand and rough up that surface a little bit for the paint to bond. We're going to do the same thing with leather. You want that glue to get in there and kind of stick. This glue locks everything in. I've applied probably at least 100 pounds pressure trying to pull apart a piece of leather with this glue, and it just doesn't happen. Grab some desert tan threads. Now, you can ask me how many times I stick myself with that. Every week. Alrighty. You only get one chance at this.
Ooh.
Once you set it in place, it stays. May not be able to see in the camera, but you might be able to see the holes, the light through the holes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So
Nice.
Yep.
Perfectly lined up.
Now I know that everything's going to work out to my benefit here. So we're moving right along to the next process, and that is just gluing these edges up so that when I fold the leather over, I can stitch it and it'll all hold together very nicely. And that'll also help later on when I go to burnish the edges and make a nice smooth edge. Perfect. So what we got going on now is we've added some internal nuts with prongs that are locked in, done that on both sides so that he can carry it. Jason can now carry it on this side or this side, doing a cross draw. Well, technically, yeah, it would be left or right. But when one side's not being used, we're going to put this over it with holes, pre-punch holes, and the screws will inlay and hide everything. There it is.
Beautimous. Nice little touch.
Yes. It's a good idea. So what we're going to start with next is we got some really, really rough edges on his leatherwork. And to fix that, we're just going to run a simple barrel sander on this, clean up the edges really, really nice, re-dye it. Then I'm going to run some burnishing solution and bring this to a glass, silky, smooth feel all along all the edges and just make it really nice to the touch. And just that way he can feel comfortable bragging about this piece. So. This is what's going to make his leather just feel like a glass smooth finish on the edges. So we're going to go ahead and start clear coating this leather for him. Give it that nice little finish. It'll end up being UV protected. It'll be water resistant because nothing is waterproof. So give this thing a nice little shine and some protection for its life.
This is super secret stuff, huh?
Very, very, very. And I will not tell.
Okay.
I actually make it myself. Yes.
Does it taste good?
Smells good. It smells like lime. But that leather is just soaking it up super quick. Want to make sure I get it all out. I mean, it'll dry fast though. All right.
Nice.
We'll give it a final buff. Just bring that shine out of that leather that it deserves.
Alrighty, man.
Yeah, I like that. I
What
think
you
we're
got?
about done here with a customization of your
Perfect.
shoulder holster rig.
Let's put it on and see how this thing is going to check it out. All right, so
There you go.
it's like I'm going into getting my my own suit made. You're going to help me on with the jacket.
Tailor made.
All right, so here we go. We have the phone in here. In fact, I'm going to get up real close to the camera. Got the phone in here with a snap, easy, with the logo on it. This also is reversible, it can go on the other side. Then over here, we've got the cross draw from the right hand. We also have the logo on here, and we have it so that we can unscrew them from this side, reverse it, put the medallion on the other side, and then this entire thing swaps over to here, and the phone swaps over to here. So if I'm right-handed one day and I'm left-handed the other day, we've got choices, man.
Man, that is awesome.
We've got choices. Get in here,
Man,
let me
you
shake
did
your
a
hand,
great
Tim.
job, man.
No, you did a great job. It was my idea, his implementation. Now you got to do is name it and hope that everybody orders one. This is Tim from Old School Leatherworks, Tim Banks, right here in Charleston. I ordered it a long time ago, so if you need something quickly, don't do it. He is swamped. So get on the list, be patient. It is definitely worth it. It is a one-off, one-of-a-kind. I cannot be happier. This is tremendous, and I'm going to brag to everybody, and I'm going to wear it like crazy, and I will report back on how it all works out.
Man, that's great, man.
Awesome.
Love
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Love it.
Hit the like and subscribe. Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Motor